Perfecto.
Buena tarde. Bueno,
Well, good afternoon. We have today Joaquín Balsera, Marketing Director of the Metropolitan Transport in Barcelona. And it is our pleasure to have this innovative company and with thinking only about efficiency and efficacy and how to generate satisfaction between their users. And we asked Joaquín today to talk about the challenges of the Metropolitan Transport Department of Barcelona. He said that TMB, Metropolitan Transport of Barcelona, the M, it's not from Metropolitans. It's the M. It's M for mobility. So we are not a company for transport. It's a company for mobility. So we have some challenges that we need to face. And Joaquín is going to talk about this added value and many other things whenever you want. Well, I wanted to thank you the opportunity for sharing our experience and also our needs. And also the challenges and how we think we need to face the future of this transformation, this from a transport company towards a mobility company. So this is why we talk about new challenges, about the digitalization of TMB. What's clear is that the future of cities goes through more intensive use of public transport. The cities of the future are going to be more sustainable and will be more developed as long as the public transport is more efficient. But in order to have a more efficient transport, we need many challenges to face, and we need to make it more appealing, more efficient, and reliable and safe. We need to make it more appealing for the user, for the customer. So TMB has a lot of departments. Here we have the technology department, and we are going to talk about marketing today and the development of the product. But our main challenge here is to increase and to improve the level of satisfaction of our customers. TMB, César said it before, is Metropolitan Transport of Barcelona. M stands for Metropolitan, and this is important to underline it. But it's not only the underground and the bus. We also give a number of services to the locals and to the visitors. So the touristic bus, the cable car, the tramway, and also added value and other platforms that we will see, like Hola Barcelona. And what's important to say is that our fundamental mission is what I said, offering these integrated services for mobility. And this is very relevant because it opens up the thought of what we are. It opens up the number of services we can give in the future. And our board of directors and our CEO approved recently the strategic plan for the company. And also, this direction we need to follow in the future. And also, we need to underline that we are a tool for sustainability. And the future of the city of the future. And we've seen it after the pandemic, public transport and individual transport in a good coordination have to be in a harmony so that cities have a future. So our management has to be an integrated management. It's not only the traditional businesses. We need to incorporate others. Our commitment has to be with the quality of our services, the technical quality, the integrity of our staff, and everything is included in our strategic plan. But let me underline this, that the fundamental thing is the sustainability. And also to give you a context of what TMB is in the bus, more than 1,000 vehicles, 200 lines, 100 municipalities in the metropolitan area, not only in the city of Barcelona, but also in 10 municipalities more. And as for the underground, more than 8 lines, 5 conventional and 6 automatic, with 160 stations. And here you can see how complex the management of this company is. And more than 8,000 workers. So our company that is really important, and our company that is public, 100% participated by the metropolitan area of Barcelona. And also we vertebrate the touristic mobility of the city. We are the guarantee of sustainability, and also the touristic bus, which is a public service. And in 2019, these are the figures that we got. With the pandemic, obviously, it was very badly impacted. Or the cable car of Montjuic, 1.3 million, or the tramway right now is being restored. And also we have other services like the touristic bus Cataluña, or the Hola Barcelona travel card for visitors. And they have a digitalization progress and modernization, and also TMB has an international projection. And especially in Latin America, and the management of buses in other cities in Europe. And here we are going to talk about challenges and the solutions to the challenges. And the public mobility in these digitalization processes. So this is why it is one of the main axes, this digital transformation, but with name and surname, so to say, digital transformation, name and surname. This is the fundamental aspect of processes. And the modernization of our own let me go back. Of our own services and solutions. But also the digitalization processes for customers. Think about ticketing. We has to be migrated to digital systems in a very short period of time with a global project, and also with the project of TMB, and also the mobility services. we need to increase the networks of bus and underground, new sustainable systems, changes in the energy, the hydrogen bus, electrical buses, and also trains, the modernization of all our infrastructures, and these new businesses in the management of marketing and international business, and also the incorporation of the new mobility, the personal mobility. But understood in public transport, and also the commitment to society. The main one is a digital transformation that the company needs to do. So this is the general character of what I wanted to explain. So where is the reflection of TMB, and where is the evolution to reach to these elements? And I would also like to talk about the challenges and this more strategic vision. So we need to make the public transport more appealing, so that someone decides to use us to commute from their homes to their jobs. And modernize, it's not only substituting the fleet, it's also substituting the dialogue by an interaction between the company and the user. So we are trying to understand this new vision of the customer, taking into account that we are a public service, and as a public service we cannot do a segmentation. We have to give our services to an senior and older person, and also a minor. We cannot segment or disaggregate and focus on our more profitable segment of the population. And this is happening also to the big banks. And we cannot forget that we have to give our services to all the segments of the population. So digitalizing to us is not translating it into an app. It means innovating in the process, innovating in the need, innovating in what we need to offer. So this is why, as a user, as a customer, what we are doing is to generate, and it is easy to say it, these customer-centered policies and designing for the customer. We have introduced some tools in this sense, like, for example, the customer experience maps, and also to see the different interaction points. And also that we are introducing in TMB. And also to make it more appealing. For example, now we are developing our apps for locals and for visitors in order to update it and make it more accessible. This universality I was talking about a moment ago, also to manage the revenues, public transport, the tickets do not sustain the costs of the public transport itself. So we need to incorporate new businesses to the company so that we can guarantee the sustainability of the system. Not only from the taxes, also we need to catch more customers. The pandemic meant an insecurity, and the demand, it is recovered, but not fully recovered. And also we have seen that before the peaks and after the peaks, we see some traffic jams that the public transport could have solved. And we need to continue winning the battle. There are a lot of investments. The Line 9, the investment in bus lanes from the public administration, but we need to appeal the customers. We need to convince the customers that it is more profitable for a person to use the public transport in our city and the municipalities surrounding Barcelona and not using your private car. Let me give you an example. If we do the life cycle of these customers, when they are children, they go to school using the bus. When they are teenagers, they use the underground, and then they abandon the public transport when they start using motorbikes. And then when they get old, they go back to the underground and to the buses. So TMB has to be present in all the different moments in your life. And also the support with customers. We need to mention, and this is why digitalization is helping us, going on this line, in order to monitor this experience, in order to know what's important to all of them, and also using some indicators. And this is why we are betting for that and improving the TMB branding. So we have the new mobility, first of all, and the new customer, the new mobility. I'm not going to give you details about all these things in the slide, but a few. With this layer, that we don't give mobility services for only a segment of the population. And the digitalization then must be understood. And the new mobility is aggregated, and we need to give solutions to all the customers. And I'm going to talk about the new cycling services. So in these levels of integration, and in order to use the best means of transport in order to be used from a single application, and the systems we are starting to create. So we have some challenges. We need to face some challenges from innovation and many other departments. We are trying to analyze this autonomous vehicle and many more. But I am going to talk more about aspects of marketing. We don't have the impact of 5G now. Telefónica, Ericsson, Mobile, and TMB, we are developing another experience in the metro station Universitat, and we are going to incorporate all these different trends that we see in our own networks. And what we see is how is the customer of the future with our global mobility need that we need to solve. And we need to share with them different aspects that we didn't have before, like, for example, the transparency, the creation and the co-creation of services, the investigation, the anticipation, the empowerment of the customer. We've been using the NPS systems, and we are also measuring the scores, and we are improving these indicators that go far beyond the mere analysis of the quality that we've been doing in the past, and also the values that we have and that we need to boost sustainability as a value. And the strategic lines that we are going to follow is business and service, and the customer in the middle, in the center, digital, and trying to bring most of the distribution channels to digitalization, and commercial, facilitating the life of our customers, not complicating their life. And TMB was the first one to incorporate the possibility to buy a digital ticket through their app. And we also want to establish a new relationship with the customer. It's not just being a utility. When we talk about mobility, mobility goes far beyond the transport. There are more peripheral services, and we are fully convinced that we can provide them. Accessibility is fundamental. We are going to see some examples, and the information on real time is fundamental. The bigger companies, Move It can give information, but if the stairs don't work, then they need to receive this information. And also the attention, the channels are coordinated and need to have a specific goal. And to finish up, in this general framework, and we are looking for solutions and contributing with our experience. We've always been innovative, and we never stop. And we are analyzing, for example, integrating solutions, segregation solutions, aggregating solutions, bus, underground, and these touristic transports. And also recently, we had the Metropolitan bicycle, and there was a call for proposals in order to manage these service in 15 municipalities, public electrical bicycles that we integrate to our network with this idea of integration. And the same happens for the visitors. We are, and we want to be, a reference in mobility. The metro is the main public transport for tourists. So this is why we are in this ambitious plan of in order to renew the touristic bus. And many other experiences, for example, in Torre Baró, the bus on demand, which is the main example of this non-segmentation depending on the digital knowledge that people have. And the company and the public administration has organized workshops and tests with the people using this bus on demand. It is a service that you can demand. And also in TMB, and how the station of the future can be, and also the typical stop. We are going to innovate all these, and we collaborate even in the bus shelters. So we are going to do our CRM, B2B and B2C. We will be able to manage 360 degrees our customers and the companies we work for. We have just started implementing the possibility to pay this ticket using a contactless system, using your telephone, your smartphone, or your watch, or your credit card. It's a reality already, and we are also doing some loyalty programs, and we have more than 1 million customers, users registered in our databases, and they interact with us, and we can inform them through all this. And we have also introduced the customer journey map, and in order to identify these specific points, in order to solve them, these hot points, and also we want to be digital and interactive, want to be automatic, and then in different programs. We are in innovation, and the technology department is focusing on that in different ecosystems, and also with ESADE and the different accelerations. And also we are in accessibility. I'd like to underline here this tool. We've been innovative, and the DTAC labels that are very easy to read, like a QR code that can help blind people and all the users, as for example the TMB Go, that allows our customers to have an added value, like for example accessing audiobooks, video books, or other types of information. So we are in all these different elements that are already a reality. And to sum up, our challenge is digitalization, but with these nuances. Our customer is universal, and to digitalize is to appeal and satisfy these customers and identify the needs, and being able to give the solution through all the things we do. This is all. Thank you very much for your attention, and I hope it's been useful to many of you.